Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Global Lab patch notes reading for May 23rd. As we all know, Global Lab patch notes come to the live server the following week, so it's always interesting to read up about what's coming up in the following week. Maybe you can prepare for something, but this is the official notes translated from Korean to English, and if you want to read it yourself, you can do that. I'll leave a link in the description, but I'll try to make it make sense, and let's see what it's all about. The Last Gladius. Oh, by the way, I haven't read any of the patch notes, so we're going to be reading all this together for the first time, and hopefully it's exciting. So, the final Gladius. Today we bring you the ultimate showdown that brings the 5-year Atoraxxion saga to a close. I think that's cool. You get to fight against Illezra, and that's actually something that's pretty huge, actually. If you've been following the story since, I guess, 2016 or when the game started, that you know she is a main character and very important. So the fact that we get to do a battle against her is pretty exciting. I'm assuming this is going to be, I guess, just a straight up boss fight, and it's not really like a dungeon per se, but it connects like the story of the 4 of them that currently exist, and you fight a boss. So exciting. We're gonna do that, and assuming this is a group thing and not solo, I'll check it out on, I guess when it comes out next week, and maybe I'll host some runs in my Discord. So like if any of you guys are interested in doing it, I'll just let people know whenever I'm doing it, so you guys just sign up or whatever. I should have a sign up in my Discord. But anyway, the final battle, I don't know if it's solo or group. I assume it's group, like, every other dungeon. Prerequisites: Atoraxxion, Thorn Tree, and the Black Goddess. I assume that is the 4th one. So, like, you have to beat all of them to be able to do the final boss, obviously. That makes sense. And the Last Gladius is connected to the stories of these 4, which this doesn't actually make sense. Does this mean the 4 dungeons? Because this is Yolunakia, which is the 3rd one, Mountain of Endless Winter, or does that mean the story of like the main story is different from the Atoraxxion stories? So Yolunakia, I think that's the 3rd one. Sakrakia is the 2nd one. The one that starts with a V is probably 1st and 4th one. So I don't know. I assume that means do all the Atoraxxion stories before you do this. Whether you do the solo mode or the group one, either way, it's cool. If you complete this, what do you get? You get a final box. What is this? Ooh, all I know is how to read the picture, and these are Jay's hammers, one for Sovereign and one for your regular hammer. So like Black Stars or Fallen God, I guess. So that's pretty exciting. You do this one, you get a Jay's hammer. This should be self-explanatory, but everyone should choose the one for Sovereign because you're going to need that eventually, and the one for Black Star, probably not worth it unless you're using it to slam and obliterating Fallen God with your 0.003% chance. Yeah, you usually just get Sovereign. Okay, well, that's exciting. That's a huge reward. You can only do it once for family. Get the reward once for family. So we're definitely going to be doing that one. The recommended attack power of the Last Gladius is 330 AP, 420 DP. Pretty standard with your endgame spots these days. You cannot proceed with the thing in Elvia. You would think this would be Elvia, assuming this is like a dungeon thingy. Well, not a dungeon, but, like something with the high end should be in Elvia. And some more knowledge. Weekly completion. Well, I guess you do this every week and then get the standard rewards. This looks like the same thing that you would get in every other dungeon. So, like, I don't think this is particularly new, but very cool. And then new titles. Beat it one time, you get this one. following the will of Dekia 5 times and successor of the fortress. That's kind of cool. And you just beat it. It's that. Standard blue titles, nothing really exciting there. You know how titles, everyone wants the cool ones, the colored titles, obviously the high value ones. Over the years, what I've noticed is, you know how blue titles used to be, just normal. Then, there was like different colored titles for various achievements. Over the years, I've noticed that, colored titles have been less relevant. I know titles are contested, as in like everyone wants them. But like, yeah, these are just blue ones. Nothing really to worry about. Just get them when you can. Do them once a week. Easy. So that's pretty exciting. It didn't really say it's a group thing. This looks like it's just a normal solo thing, but I'm not really too sure. We'll just do it next week, and then I'll make a video so you guys can see what it's all about, or you do it yourself. All right, additions and improvement. Deadeye, what is happening? Admittedly, I don't have too much experience with Deadeye. I've been playing it since season. Well, like I just played it on season and a little bit afterwards to test it, but my knowledge of it is not that great. All right, so they're getting a new Magnus skill, or I guess the Magnus skill that all classes get. That's cool. Can't tell if it's good or not, but from the picture and the video, it looks like a high mobility one. That's cool. Improve evasion movement. Lord have mercy. The last thing we need is more permanent super armors and evasion. The 24 classes evasive movement has been adjusted. The following 24 classes. I honestly thought evasion was the exact same thing for every class, but apparently it worked different. I kind of knew that over a few years ago when I was battle arenaing people and my guildies and friends, and we were testing stuff. And then it turns out some of them are different than the others. So it's like, you would have thought that by default they were all the same, but they're not until now, I guess. The behavior of the movement skills has been changed across the board, with all characters now moving in a similar distance. Yep, that's exactly what we tested. I think some classes were going way further. It's weird, but apparently this shows you how things are not tested before they're released to the public, and this is not a new thing, I don't think. This has been around for years. All right, so example of ninja evasion into shadow step combo. Before the change, what are we looking at? Okay, so the evade is just one hop into a thing. It's slow. Let's look at the after. Basically, if you know how to play your class and know how to animation cancel things, and it looks like it's more smoother and it flows better, I think that's a good thing. Stamina consumed when using evasion has been changed to 150. From what? Hold on. Let me look at this in game. Okay. Required stamina 100. So 100 to 150. Probably for the best, to be honest. All effects of the evasion except invincibility has been removed. Wait. All effects of the evasion movement technique except invincibility against monsters have been removed. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, invincibility is literally the best thing you can get. Change so that movement speed is affected when using movement skills. Yeah, that makes sense. It should have been like that. Evasion movement techniques have been changed to activate by pressing a directional key twice in succession, or by pressing a directional key plus shift. Yeah. You would think that should have been a day one thing 10 years ago. All right, so the following changes will be applied to each class based on the adjustments to evasive movement. Nova added evasive movement skills. Not Kuno. Musa and Meiwa changed that so super armor is not applied when evading. Okay. Nova class modifications and changes. Orbital derailment. That's kind of a cool skill. I think, isn't that shift Q or something? The one that goes like in a huge circle while you're swinging? Or is that the thing that goes around you? Solare is back. Let's go, boys. That's actually one of my favorite PvP game modes next to Guild League. The new regular season for AoS is about to begin. This time we've made key changes thanks to your feedback, and you won't see duplicated class on this. Oh my god, this is something we've all been asking for since like season 1. No duplicate classes on the same team. Oh my god, this is the best change ever. Yo, it took them like 5 seasons to figure this out, but they finally realized that having 3 strikers versus 3 DKs on a team is not fair. Holy, okay, this is a huge change. For all of you who have never gotten into AoS, it's basically a 3v3, and everything is gear capped. So whether you're a new player trying to get into this or not, I think it's something worth trying out for everyone who likes gear cap PvP. It's kind of fun. But yeah, this is a huge change. No duplicate classes. Now we won't see like 2 shies and a striker or something versus 3 whatevers. So that's cool. That's coming next week. I'm excited. Let's go. How long is this one? Solare season is about 1 month. Yeah, about 1 month. All right. New regular season. 7. Wait, did they lower the points? Is it really? I thought this was like... I thought the ranking numbers were different. I thought people started at like 1200. Either way, usually I end up in skilled, or I guess pink, if you guys want to know. But either way, I play Dark Knight, so you know, if I played a meta class like Zerker, I probably could push higher, but Dark Knights only go so far. Not to say that they're bad, it's just, yeah, little actual skill diff. All right, the additional points have been earned during a streak have been changed. 3, 6, or 11 consistent wins. Your score will gradually increase. Basically, it's saying if you're good, you won't get hard stuck. Okay. The Evasion Helmet of Fighting Spirit before the change, 83 to 98. So the giving evasion classes more evasion. Cool. Increase all special damage plus 5%. So this is what we have now. 5% and DR minus 7. 7.5. Reduce all damage evasion by 8. Why are they buffing the armor if they're going to add a minus 8 evasion? Literally, logic does not make sense. Math does not check out. All right, well, anyway. Following modifications that could be equipped on the gloves have been removed. No more Vipers. All attack power -20 or +20 gone. No HP, no more evasion stacking. Probably balances out, to be honest. It's fine. The gap between the total scores of both teams have been improved. Basically, ELO or MMR ranges have been equalized, more or less. That's actually a good thing. Red Battlefield. Changes from the castle ruins to the capital city of Valencia. Dude, one thing I've been asking for forever. You know the castle ruins RBF, right? If they had that with the Valencia game mode, where it's like, I guess, capture the points, essentially. If they put that on Castle Ruins map, I think I would actually enjoy that so much more. Also, I haven't done RBF in, since the event that happened where you would do it every day, but that's all they have to do. Add Castle Ruins game mode instead of TDM. All right, improved warehouse transport functionality. In our recent dev update, we shared that the Magnus now lets you freely access storage in other towns. The regular weapons weren't seeing much use. Yeah, you know why? Because this one, the old version before the Magnus, it allowed you to transport 5 things, and it takes like X amount of time based on distance. And it was a weight limit, so you could only do 1,000 weight, which is basically nothing now in 2025. Even though the regular wagons aren't used much these days, we decided to keep them around rather than reduce their numbers, so it still benefits number of trade wagons. You know how you could fix this? It's so simple. Just remove the weight limit. You still have a limit to how many things you can send at once, and literally just remove the weight limit and the problem is solved. But they apparently just increased the weight limit from whatever. That's a band-aid fix. Here's how to fix it permanently and make it compete with the Magnus. You remove the weight limit. I don't understand why they're just they're scared to make quality of life change. This isn't even something that is broken or something. It's not like people are making silver out of this. You're literally just transporting things from point A to B, and does the same thing Magnus does, but still has a time limit. I just don't understand, but it is what it is. They even allowed people to have workers send if you're working on a node, you could send it to any town now. So why don't they just remove the weight limit? That's just such an easy fix, but instead they just added more weight according to that. You might as well have just removed it from the game, not gonna lie. All right, the number of trade wagons increased from 1 to 5. Wagons made to only transport trade goods. Okay, sure. Ooh. Okay, Margoria Lost and Found. Basically, the thingies you find when you're doing ocean bartering, and is it good? Use silver key on an item. Use gold key. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really done this just because I'm too locked in and just going from point A to B when I'm doing ocean bartering. The following trade items can be obtained from the Margoria Lost items sold to traders. Oh, that's a lot of silver, actually. Ooh. That's pretty good. I don't know. They're probably stupidly low rare drop rates, but that's pretty good. Saltwater crocodile grind spot. You guys remember when I did saltwater crocodiles and made a video of that like 6 years ago? Let's see what they changed. Expanded their colony by appearing in larger numbers. So back in the day, I believe there were saltwater crocodiles and you would pull them in 4s. I assume now that everyone has a maxed out Carrack with plus 10 gear, now that you can buy everything, I assume they wanted to improve the grind spot, so now that you can chain more things in together, that's a good thing actually. So yeah, I'm all for that. In order to make it easier to use buffs of hunting stuffed animals, customizable book has been added. We've added new crafting recipes. That's cool. There are a total of 5 blessings. Oh yeah, so like the house furniture is now a scroll, but like it still has the thing like you can only use it X amount of times, but it's now a scroll that you can carry in your inventory or something. That's pretty good. That's a huge quality of life, to be honest. Let's be honest, the only one that people use is attack power. But, I mean, that's still a nice change. So how do you make it? Uh-oh. Start buying your Fury Stones. Remnants of the Spirit. Parchments and top quality leathers. Magical Lightstones. I'm glad they're finally making a use for these because I'm sitting on a couple of thousand of them and I just have no need to use them. I don't know if Fury does, but this is, let's be honest, probably the only one that matters. Everything else is kind of irrelevant, to be honest. So you combine them into the scroll and then you put the scroll in there. Added items usable with the fairies like potion thing. Oh, so you can use those 10-hour event buffs that like I honestly forget about a lot of the times. Actually good. Let's see what the full list is. Basically every event item that wasn't able to be added before is now there. We're not going through every one of them. If you want to read it, good, you can do that. Improved convenience of gathering and hunting areas. Adjusted the probability of wild horse appearance. Oh, so this is something that came out with last week's patch, and basically you can catch higher level horses and they go up to tier 8 now. And I did a little bit of testing with this one, and I've gotten a lot that are tier 6, level 15 up, and you just Imperial delivery it for the stuff. Admittedly, I don't need it, but it's actually pretty common to get 15 plus at least tier 6 if you're trying to get the feathers for your tier 10 horse and whatnot. So I think that's actually really good. And then I talked to some friends and they're like, it's about $1.5 billion an hour if you actually know what you're doing, that is, and then like catching all the horses. And I think they're improving taming or training, right? Yeah, training. So yeah, I think this is actually a good change, but it's something you just have to like doing. They're making it competitive with, I guess, fishing and gathering if you know what you're doing. So yeah, very good change, actually. This one is really good. Permanently usable capture rope. Holy, is this like a Monos rope that's allowed to be used permanently? This is huge. How do you get it? I'm tired of having to go through my inventory to find a rope every time, and then now we get to do that. Okay, so prerequisites: Master Training 1 or higher. I think I can do that. Training Promotion 10. I don't even remember what my training level is, not gonna lie. I think it's... Training. Artisan 10. Oh, I'm like 1 level away from Master. Easy. We'll get it by the next patch. Easy. I know how to do this. Just literally leave your thing on training a horse. I got like all these extra scrolls from the events. I just need to do it. So hold on. Let me... Wasn't there a thing that allows you to see all your horses? There was a tab that allowed you to see your stable. Yep, you know the free tier 10 that they gave all of us? Mine's still level 5. I'll just get this to 30. This should level it up. Get my training to Master 1. Easy, no problem. Alright, so Master 1 or higher, and then do a quest. Yep, we'll have that done by next week. The following changes have been made to the wild capturing ropes. Sweet brown sugar from Marandora. Permanently usable brown sugar lump. Have a nest of Krogdollos. What does that mean? Krogdollos is the horse gear. Have a nest of Krogdollos? I don't know which piece that is, but I have all the Krogdollo pieces. Literally all 3 sets of all 5. So I assume that we'll be able to do this. And I even have all 3 tier 10s. So literally whatever this requirement is, I'm pretty sure I have it. Improved convenience of Atoraxxion boss battle. Or Zekia, we designed to streamline the boss, allowing you to jump into action faster. We're bringing similar improvements to Valmakia, Sakrakia, and Yolanakia. Whoa, this is actually a good change to cutting out all the filler trash stuff. World of Warcraft, I'm looking at you. You could, you know, do that. That's huge. Good change. Siege and Conquest War, traps improvement, motion while reading books, bug fixes and changes. An unnatural lava object where the Dark Rift leader Ferret appears have been naturally modified. I feel like I know what they're talking about because it's probably affected me, but it's not really something super big. This is a lot of fixes this week. Okay, hold on, let's read it. Is there something that affects everyone instead of just individuals? Yeah, these are all just like random quality of life stuff that probably affected someone, but probably not me. So anyway, overall, very good patch this week. New AoS season started, actual good changes from AoS, permanent horse training improvements, very good. You know, more quality of life with the scroll thingies. Yeah, I think this is a very good patch, actually. Good job, Prolobus. You did good this week. With that said, that's all for me today. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Would love to see you guys come back. And we got some cool new stuff coming out tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Peace.